Hello and welcome back to Digital Assets Daily. Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, wherever you are in your corner of the world. Have a really fun video for you tonight. I'm going to let you see through my perspective and let you capture my view as we discuss these articles. The Chinese Cyberspace Commission recognizes Vechain's blockchain technology. And I don't mean to cut this article too short, but it has so many words that I cannot discuss. So we're going to capture the quick headline of this. An article issued in the Chinese daily newspaper, Guangming Daily, was released on the website of the Chinese office of the CCAC, the Central Cyberspace Affairs Commission. The report reviews recent use cases of blockchain in industry and business and how it can transform the healthcare industry for the better. The CCAC is a high-level office reporting to the country's heads of state and is undeviatingly responsible to Chinese President Xi Jinping. And what's discussed here is basically Vechain's MyCare. And from that, it's a current article, so we did want to discuss it, but we're going to move on because there are too many words that I just can't discuss. Vechain, now APAC exclusive blockchain protocol. This article is from May 13, 2020, but I wanted to bring that up for multiple reasons that will begin to make sense throughout this video. The Asia-Pacific APAC Provenance Council is looking to improve efficiency in the cross-continental food ecosystem. As a solution, it has integrated blockchain technology into the food supply chain. And as we've discussed before, if you're new, you may not have heard or you may not know so much about Vechain. But Vechain, in this article, it is the exclusive APAC blockchain protocol. APAC is about 60% of the global population. That is massive. So moving on from there, a current article from today is Mastercard and Alibaba use Vechain to track food and wine exports. As we get into the highlights of this article, Alibaba and Mastercard will develop a platform based on the Vechain blockchain to authenticate and track the supply chain. The platform will use the Vechain Thor blockchain to track products and Mastercard provenance as the transaction verification ledger. And again, right here, we're going to the top of the article. Australian media report reveals plans by giants Mastercard and Alibaba to deepen its partnership with the APAC Provenance Council, the APFII. Both companies join forces to develop and launch a platform to facilitate tracking food, wine, and exports produced in Australia. The platform will be based on the Vechain Thor blockchain to track products and will also use Mastercard provenance as the ledger for transaction verification. The APAC Provenance Council is a consortium for food supply chain and financing in the Asia-Pacific Economic Region. Its main objective is to create an efficient intercontinental financial ecosystem. Its main partner for applying blockchain technology is Vechain. The platform will offer financing with Mastercard and Alibaba's payment system, Alipay, to local farmers and growers to facilitate payment for their production. The next article headline is Vechain, Mastercard, and Alibaba facilitate export diversification in Australia. And again, when I see this, what flashes through my head is this. Stellar. Mastercard teams up with Stellar. StellarX acquired by CoinSquare, Satoshi Pay grant program, AbleX Android app for Stellar, and upcoming Stellar's meetups. So again, you have Mastercard being a partner of Stellar. And then the next thought that comes to my head from Alibaba Cloud is the introduction to Federation in Stellar blockchain. And then what do you have is the Alibaba Cloud, the Deutsche Telekom City, and 9 others join the Hyperledger board. And then what flashes through my mind is Stellar's Lightyear acquires Visa and Citi-backed crypto startup Chain. So again, you have Stellar connected directly to Visa and Citi. And we already know that Visa connects to Ripple through its acquisition of Earthport. But again, what flashes through my head, again from there in the article as it discussed Hyperledger. We'll get into this article. In keeping with IBM's commitment to open source, the solution is run from the IBM blockchain platform on Hyperledger Fabric, and it was built in collaboration with Stellar.org, a nonprofit organization and associate member of Hyperledger, and ClickEx Group, a regional financial services company in the Pacific region. Stellar is an open source blockchain network that is purpose-built for the issuance and exchange of digital assets. Digital assets are issued on the Stellar network as a foreign exchange bridge to allow for near real-time settlement. ClickEx Group serves as the founding financial institution for the region, servicing banks, retail clients, and consumers using this new network. IBM will continue to advance the solution with the goal of expanding capabilities in order to support central bank issued digital currencies, securities, bonds, and structured financial assets. IBM blockchain provides high-performance orchestration to move payments among parties, and each payment is immutable once recorded. And settlement instructions are provided via smart contracts on Hyperledger Fabric. Initially, Stellar will provide the network and digital asset to facilitate the settlement of transactions cleared on Hyperledger. And then as you get into, skip basically a paragraph, the network is currently in use by Advanced Pacific Financial Infrastructure for Inclusion, which is the APFII members, a public-private partnership initially funded by the United Nations and SWIFT. So again, you have this system connecting back to Stellar. Now when we click on the APFII systems, you have here, APFII is working to achieve a membership that will include real-time payment and trade finance facilities to over 110 countries, covering 2 million monthly customers. And this includes extending clearing systems to process regional transactions via the blockchain. ClickEx, a founding member of APFII, has extended its clearing systems to process increasing amounts of regional transactions via IBM's blockchain system. This partnership means the Pacific is now the world's only multi-country blockchain-backed payment infrastructure and will provide faster, more reliable transactions for the region's merging economies. In 2018, volumes via IBM's Universal Payment Solution are expected to exceed USD 2 billion. Providing life and health insurance to Tonga, APFII is launching a project to provide life insurance to 100% of Tongan households by the second half of 2018. This will be expanded to the other Pacific markets and will also include health insurance. Resolve burden of de-risking in the Pacific to return electronic payments volumes to 80% of all transactions. This has fallen to 40% due to lack of infrastructure in the markets from which money is sent from, including Australia, NZ, and the US. This work includes investing 300 million USD in 2018 to build out the financial platforms formed in the partnership with IBM, local pension funds, and local strategic central banks. Several NGOs and non-member organizations have expressed interest to co-participate. And as we move into the next article here, we have bringing financial innovation to the South Pacific. And as we scroll down just a little bit, this is from the ClickEx information. We've helped take cross-border payments technology to the next level. In Toronto at CBOS 2017, the premier global event for the financial services industry, IBM announced a universal blockchain payment solution in collaboration with technology partners ClickEx and Stellar.org. We're working together on this new solution that allows payments, instructions, and settlement to happen in near real time on the same network using IBM blockchain. And as we scroll down just a little more, we're going to bounce around. The KlickEx is working in collaboration with the IBM blockchain payment solution and alongside Stellar. Then we scroll down a little bit more. Using IBM blockchain in collaboration with technology partners Stellar.org and KlickEx Group. We're going to scroll down just a little more. In keeping with IBM's commitment to open source, the solution is run from the IBM blockchain platform on Hyperledger Fabric and was built in collaboration with Stellar.org, a nonprofit organization and associate member of Hyperledger and the KlickEx Group, a regional financial services company in the Pacific region. Stellar is an open source blockchain network that is purpose-built for the issuance and exchange of digital assets, and digital assets are issued on the Stellar network as a foreign exchange bridge to allow for near real-time settlement. Initially, Stellar will provide the network and digital assets to facilitate the settlement of transactions cleared on Hyperledger. And we'll get into the final article of this video. IBM's Stellar Move tech giant uses cryptocurrency in cross-border payments from October 16, 2017. But as you get into the article, we're going to show you a little information here. The payments themselves are conducted for the advancement of Pacific Financial Infrastructure for Inclusion, APFII, an organization of member financial institutions founded by the United Nations and SWIFT and operated by KlickEx, which is connected through IBM and through Stellar. And to that end, the platform is already integrated with IBM's Financial Transaction Manager, which itself is integrated with ACH and SEPA and other electronic transaction networks. Going forward, APFII's confirmation receipts are expected to be published as MT103 SWIFT messages directly to the blockchain. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It is very amazing and it's very difficult to do videos because all of these digital assets that I believe are going to succeed and I believe are going to survive are the ones who are interoperable and integrated, and many of them are actually cross-chain. So those who are able, like the hybrids, for example, you have Stellar here, we're showing integrated throughout these systems and connected everywhere. But the big one here, for me, I enjoy discussing Vechain, and I definitely enjoy discussing Stellar, two of our three favorites on this channel. And you can see, if you were unaware, how massive Stellar truly is. All right, guys, I want to leave you with a final thought. Your life is your message to the world. Make sure it's inspiring. And again, guys, this is not financial advice. It is for entertainment purposes only. Much love to each and every one of you. You are greatly appreciated, and we will catch you in the next one.